Let's make this cute baby hat. I got this pattern from madeeveryday.com. I just downloaded it and printed it. And then because I'm using two different fabrics, I marked a line right here where I want my fabrics to meet. And that's where I'm going to stop my trace. You want to cut this on the fold. So I folded my fabric over, and I want it a little bit bigger so that way they can grow into it. So I'm extending this by about 1 centimeter. This is actually the middle of the hat, so I folded it 1 centimeter over, and now I'll just draw a line where I want it to stop and trace around. Now I've measured how far down this goes, so it's 4 1/8. Put a mark over here so that way I can just draw a straight line. You're going to need 2 of these pieces, so go ahead. I just put the piece that I cut on top of the next piece of fabric, and I cut that. So next I'm going to get the fabric for this part. So what I want to do is I do want to add a little bit extra for seam allowance. So I'm going to fold my fabric in half because we're going to sew that together. And then I want to make sure that I have roughly 2.5 centimeters to 1 inch, or well, 2.5 centimeters is 1 inch, I mean. So we'll just fold it like this. And yeah, that should be enough. Yeah. We're going to take these over to the sewing machine. We are going to fold it pretty sides together. And this is like I don't know if you can see that, stretchy fabric. So we'll fold it in half. And then we are going to stitch it together at this line and then turn it right side out. I'm going to leave this piece hanging, and then I'm just going to stitch this one. That way I don't have to pull it out, cut it, and waste unnecessary thread. And we're going to turn it right side out. Oops, I got to cut these strings. I'm going to put my seam at the top, and then I'm going to take this over to the ironing board, and I'm just going to iron it. Okay, take your top part of the hat, and then you're going to take the bottom part that you just stitched, and with pretty sides facing together, so that means the seam of this is facing up. Let me see if I can pull this in closer. So seam is facing up, and we're going to stitch along this line on both pieces. Forgot to draw the line that we're going to stitch down in the middle, so I'm just going to fold this in half. And from the top, I'm going to measure 1 centimeter. Oh wait, hang on, let me check and see. So 1.5 centimeters over. And then we're going to bring this, and we want 9 centimeters to the edge. So like that. I noticed that my pieces, I want the bottom part to match up whenever I sew it, and I noticed these top pieces, there's like 0.5 centimeter space right there, so I'm just going to layer these and make sure that all my edges line up, and then I'll just cut it so that way it's the same size. I'm going to now stitch down this line on both pieces. All right, now we just line up both sides, pretty sides together, and you want to make sure that it is lined up so that they are both, the seams meet and the bottom edges meet, so it's a smooth circle all the way around. And we are just going to stitch all the way around the hat. For these little parts sticking out, fold one to the left and then the other one to the right. That way it's not so bulky. Now I'm going to use pinking shears and just cut this excess fabric. Oops. Oh, I can't get that. There we go. And we're just going to turn our hat right side out. And there you go.